All right, so this is gonna be the Overwatch controls guide. Um, for PC mainly, I'll do some controller ones as well because I used to play on console. So for sensitivity, I wouldn't have it higher than 10, right? I mean, do you agree, Grayson? I think it's
Yeah,
it's if
I have
above
probably
10, it's
lowered
way
that
too high.
myself, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I use 8 because I think that's comfortable and you could turn pretty fast. But generally, you want to be able to go in a 360 with one like swipe of your mouse.
From
Um,
where it's usually resting. Yeah.
yeah. For the controller, on console, I used to play in 100-100. 80-80 is probably a little better, or even like 50-50. Um, but you want to be able to turn really fast on console. All right. So for reticle, you could do whatever's your preference, but you go into here and you could pick all the other ones, right? And you could go like circle, stuff like that. Um, show accuracy is like when you shoot, it's got like it shows you where the bullets could land. Um, the color I use is this like what do you think that is, Grayson? Like neon green kinda?
Yeah, definitely neon green. Yeah.
Yeah, so I use neon green because it's the one that stands out the most, especially in Overwatch. Because I don't think even
Yeah, I would
still
say
there's any
definitely
map.
most neon green. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like no maps that have this color in it, so it'll always stand out. Um, and then of course these are your preferences. You want friendly outlines always on, because even if you're not a healer, like say you're Zarya, you want to know people's health bars.
hmm
Um, and then for my controls, I keep default controls, but I have crouch on one of my top mouse button. That way I can
Oh my god,
strafe.
I do have that too. I forgot I had that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That way if you're like trace or something, or even where you could strafe while just using your mouse.
hmm
Um,
I like
and
doing it
then
while I'm a reset because it makes no difference.
yeah, yeah. For melee, you have the lower mouse button as well as whatever V is. And if you use these middle columns, you could have the default plus the other
Whatever else,
button.
yeah.
Um, let's see. I think it might be in communication. So in communication, if you don't want push to talk on because you have to keep clicking the button. So you want to have toggle mic mute on, and then just have your thing set to open open chat, and that way you can just mute your mic in game whenever you're done talking or yelling at somebody.
Yeah, another thing to note real quick with Overwatch, if you're randomly your mic still doesn't work and stuff, you might have to go into your actual settings of your computer and change the defaults because for some reason, even when you select things on Overwatch over the defaults, it still will sometimes select the default device
Yeah.
instead of being like, oh, this headset you just said.
Um, and then if you click change hero, you could go into each hero and you could do like specific um, changes for that character. Like you could even do ability changes. Um, like for example, my Genji's dot. Um, there's all these extra options. Like for example, on Lucio, you always want backwards wall right on. So that's one I think you have to manually turn on.
You actually.
Yeah, I'm not super sure. They might have changed it
Oh,
to where it's auto on now, but you used to had to click it on and stuff.
I'll have to
Um,
check that myself.
yeah. Like a lot of people have different mercy controls. Like some people will put it on their mouse and stuff, like their fly.
Oh yeah,
So those kind of things. Um, let's see. For gameplay, let's general. All right. So for social, this is how you can make your profile. Private, friends only, groups only, that kind of stuff. Streamer mode's here too. They actually recently changed text chat where now you can't see any bad words. I think they just cross them all out.
Oh wait,
Even if you
really?
yeah,
Oh,
even if you mature on.
wow,
Yeah, it's kind of
lame.
nuts. Um, and then in general, I hate like the movement stuff where like your screen shakes and shit.
Oh god, yeah, no,
Yeah.
get that out of here.
So I turn that all to reduce touch shake off, reduce menu movement off. This is your subtitles if you want to use those.
Damn.
This will give you, even if you can't hear like a Junkrat tire, it'll tell you it's there.
Oh, that's true.
Colorblind
Yeah.
stuff, and let's see. And then the last thing is like you want to make sure your frames and stuff are right. Um, all this stuff. I think there
So you should probably
is.
put on if you want to go back one real quick to the field of view. I'd recommend you always have it full, but like
Yeah,
everyone, if you're on PC, have that full so you can not get
definitely.
shot from somewhere you can't see when they can. Yeah.
Um, and then there's this other option, high precision mouse input. Some people swear by it. I personally am used to not using it, so I don't use it.
Yeah.
But some people swear by it. If you're like very into very consistent mouse movements, you'd put that on. Um, and then you could always go to the practice range too and try out these settings and where we're expressed for you. But that's generally it.